This is a HeadGum podcast.
Gather round.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mess around.
That's what I'm talking about. Ain't all day. All night. Look at that.
They messing around.
Okay.
Damn, Hannah. You don't just
Hot today.
You don't just yell at an Emmy winner like that. Hold on, man.
Oh my gosh.
You don't just
I will
do
say
that.
Lamorne and I did Celebrity Wheel of Fortune with the Jake Johnson, and I told Lamorne to bring his Emmy.
That's right. That's
I
right.
texted you and said, bring the Emmy.
I did not bring it. Because honestly, I didn't want to brag and boast. You know, let me tell you something. Humility is my middle name.
Oh God. Oh no.
It's my middle name, Hannah.
You're known for being humble. Let's just say that. Okay, you guys. So this next episode, The Decision, is written by Love Raquel, one of the greatest of all time to ever write New Girl episodes, one of my favorite human beings in the world. Lamorne is a very famous trailer dump story he's told many times on this podcast.
Yeah.
And directed by the king of New Girl, Trent O'Donnell.
Trent
And
O'Donnell.
Every time Trent directs it, I find myself laughing out loud, bigger and harder than so many episodes. He's just got a way, man. He's just got a way. All right,
Yeah.
break it down.
Okay, so decisions are hard, right? You can just ask Hannah. And there are some big ones to make in this episode. Cece and Schmidt, they try to decide on a wedding venue, facing some challenges along the way. Then we have the two final bosses of indecisiveness, Winston and Nick, who are challenged with a nearly impossible decision when new roomie Reagan decides to mess around with them a little bit.
We love a mess around.
We love a mess around.
I'll mess around.
We love her mess around so
I
much.
will say, so like last week's episode where I could barely watch it because so many things were so genuinely disgusting. It's like people who can't like even like look at spiders to say the word spiders. You know, we've done this on our podcast before. I'm like that with those things. And so I was just like, it was a hard episode for me to watch. This though is the opposite. This felt like the most me episode of all time because I'm that. I'm the pros and the cons and the pros. Even each pro has a pro and a con. And I will get so deep in the weeds of decision making that I am fully paralytic and I can't do anything.
Yeah, for me,
I get this so much.
I'm very indecisive. And the problem I have is that around me, I have a lot of also like indecisive people around me as well. But and I think so it frustrates me a little bit because in I have so many decisions to make on a regular basis, right? You know, all the stuff we have to do with work when it pertains to, you know, the business, your personal business with your team, your family, your children.
Yep.
You have to make every single decision. So there are times where I'm just like, what does everybody want to eat? And everybody goes, I don't care. I don't know. I go, if you motherfuckers don't
Say something.
I'm asking
Say
you for a
something.
reason.
Say anything.
I'm clearly drained from having to choose so often, which is why I'm still single. That's why.
Too many options.
It's too many.
Someone
too
needs
many
to come
options.
in, walk in the house with the pastor, marry your ass.
And listen, let me tell you something. I'm down. I'm not. So yeah, that's how this
you
episode
imagine?
starts. I could. That'd
Marry
be
me.
strange. But that's how this episode starts. Mid-brunch debate, you know, trying
That's
to
right.
decide where to go
Where
for
to
brunch.
go for brunch. That's
And-
also my nightmare. I cannot do it. I can't decide on which restaurant. And you know why I also hate picking the restaurant? Because if you get there and not everybody's like in love with it, then I feel like, well, then I should have picked you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what all of you want to eat. Like,
it's so annoying.
it makes me it's so much pressure.
It's-
I
yeah.
love this episode so much. They are just spiraling.
So Reagan is
it's like-
frustrated.
That's right.
Yeah, Reagan's frustrated as hell because, you know, she wants to eat. And so she interrupts their whole conversation. And she's like, how about this, you guys? I'll sleep with one of you tonight if you can decide who it will be. Mind you, she knows full well these fools can make a decision to save their life. She knows
This is what I will say. Again, the genius of Trent O'Donnell is that the way he holds the two shot And the way you and Jake both choose totally different ways to respond and react is the greatest thing in the entire world. It would not have worked in single shots. You did no coverage. All you need is that 2-shot. And both of you, given the time in the episode to work through your 7 stages of processing, was so funny because neither of you are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funniest beats ever.
And it was funny doing it, and we're going to get to that point. But like that to me, I'll just say it now. That should not have. I know we had to make an episode and prolong it. There's a really simple answer to that one. It should have been Nick. I mean, he's the one who asked her to move in. He's telling me how much he loves her. He can't talk around her.
They get into that, how it's supposed to be obvious. Even Nick is like, this is obvious, Winston.
Because even when I was playing it as an actor, there were bits where I would just do it. The outtakes they're in there, out there somewhere, where he's like, well, it's got to be me. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why.
But I
I'm
will
inserting myself
say,
in
if
this.
it's the most beautiful woman in the world, she's the one saying, you also have a chance at this.
No.
I think that's where all of a sudden it becomes like, I
Here's
don't
the
really
thing.
care about anybody before this point or what your connection is before this point. She's saying she would with me. I'll bets her off, man.
Here's
I'm
the
going to
thing.
go for it too.
Here's the thing. Most beautiful women in the world are not. I know what I'm capable of. All right. So I'm the prize. And I got to let every woman out there know I know what I do. I know what I'm doing. Okay.
I will say, as a friend, I really do like this thinking for you.
Yeah.
That is right. You are the prize.
I'm
No,
like-
you are the prize. This is right.
You think
This
because
is right. I do like this.
you was born pretty and you thought that that was going to change the... No, girl. No. Let me tell you something. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. Okay.
Well, now we're getting off track, and now people are going to go the other way. You had it right. You had it right. You're the prize. And then the rest of the part, let's keep out of the conversation.
I've been doing my
Trying
Kegels
to
and my
help you.
burpees. I am ready.
No.
Don't,
If you're doing Kegels, then we're also learning new things about you.
you got to stay strong.
So Nick and Winston leave to make their decision, and Schmidt, this was also so beautifully delivered by the Max Greenfield. At what cost? Is what he says.
Yeah.
At what cost?
Cost.
Yeah, at what cost? And she's like, well, no, there's no decision because she's obviously not going to sleep with either of them. And Reagan's like, yeah, no, I'm trying to teach them a lesson. This is not an 80s summer camp movie. I'm not going to sleep with someone based on a bet. You know, that used to be such a real thing in college. Like, I dare you, or I bet you can't. And people would do it.
That's kind of...
I mean, I never did it, but I knew girls who did.
That's when you didn't value your body. You know what I mean? People
guess
didn't know the
not.
value of their own bodies.
Yeah, don't do it. Anybody, if you're in college right now, someone makes a bet, no.
Unless
Just
you
no.
want to.
No.
unless,
you want to,
unless you're a
that's
gambling
different.
man. Unless you're a gambler. You got to make with the bet.
This is my favorite too. Then we cut to the boys and they're just like, it's probably not real. But then they go, but we have to agree that we're going to take it very seriously just in case it is. It's the funniest turn. Such funny writing. So they will have a gentleman's debate.
That's right.
And then that's when you watch Nick do the dumbest thing. He's like, I'm going to take it off the table.
Oh, gosh.
That I have a giant crush on Reagan. I'm like, that's your whole debate, bro.
Yeah.
Why would you take it off the table? That's the reason.
Yeah. Like, why? It doesn't...
But then he was like, well, I thought when I said that you would then do the right thing. Is also so funny.
That was the moment to do it. I want to say in that's probably when I had those outtakes of me just going, yeah, it should be you. Like, episode over. Like, it should be you. Go get it. But then Reagan pops her head in to check on the guys. And Nick says, get ready for the skin circus, you little peanut. It's
Crazy.
just says the-
And the way Jake's face when he says it, because you have to understand, yes, we're all acting. Yes. But like, Megan Fox is disarmingly gorgeous. So you still have to, as a human being, look at her and say, get ready for the skin circus, little peanut.
Yeah.
And it is crazy making.
It is 100%. Now, where are we? Oh, Cece and Schmidt. You're on the hunt.
Yes.
You're on the hunt for a
the
wedding
wedding
venue.
venue.
That's right. Now, Cece reminds him
and
there.
she's like, don't get carried away.
Yeah, because they're paying for this out of their own pockets, okay? And you can't get carried away with a venue choice, but the first few places they see, you know, it's a little disrespectful, some of these places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not wedding spots, which is also so sweet. This is what I will love about a rewatch, you guys, is we know where they get married.
Mm-hmm. In the
Which
housing
is like
project.
the sweetest thing. In 4D.
Yeah.
And I just like, it's such a sweet thing, like watching this episode. But I remember when it actually aired, like the stakes did feel high.
Yeah.
Because as like a fan, you're watching it and you think, oh, we're going to see them get married and we're all along on the journey of them finding the venue, which is really kind of cute. It's like a little reality show-esque.
Yeah.
But it's not what they ended up doing
Oh, no.
because this is a feel-good series. So
That's
they were going
right.
to get married in the loft.
Now,
Okay.
Nick and
the
Winston's
Nick and Winnie
debate. Yeah, it's spiraling. It's getting out of control.
Yeah.
It gets to the point where Winston has to remind Nick of an extremely delicate topic. Cindy
Oh my God.
de la Garza. The girl Winston had a crush on for years, but Nick Frenched her at an 8th grade school dance. I love it, the flashback. He's going, look, they're Frenching. He's trying to tell the teacher. He's trying to tell the teacher, but the teachers are Frenching as well, which I feel like is a crime. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
If you ain't making out in front of your own family, you can't do it in front of somebody else's kids. Like, that's weird.
No.
That's weird.
You're also the chaperone. You're
That's
like,
strange.
you're supposed to be a role model at this moment.
I want to check those two
This is
parents.
what I would
those
like to
chaperones,
say.
and check their flight logs, see where they've been.
What is the statute of limitations on something like this? Of like a true friendship betrayal? What? Like, when does that expire? How long can you hold that card?
Some people have different feelings on it. I have friends who, it's so strange. Like, I mean, you probably have friends like this too. I feel like you do. I have friends that have dated so many people within the friend group. Like one woman in particular, she dated a buddy of mine. They dated for years. When they broke up, you know, she had her own relationships outside of the group. And the next thing you know, she's dating one of our other friends who was we're all just as close. And they're like secretly dating. And then they come out to everybody that they're dating. You're like, you gotta be kidding me. And then his ex is now dating another member from the group. And you're like, wait a minute, guys, what is this? That's just territory I don't play in. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people on planet Earth. I don't need to be in that arena. You know what I mean? It's strange is what it is. It's very, very strange. Yeah. So some people can do it immediately. For me, it would have to be a situation where it was first grade and then now here we are 40 years old. Then it's okay.
I mean, this is why this one felt so crazy, because it's not like that scenario, which I think is quite the classic scenario, which is like exes are off limits or whatever. Like that I kind of understand, because then you're going to bring them around. But like the fact that you like betrayed a situation, like you went and scooped someone I had a crush on for yourself, to play that card 30 years later and be like, okay, you can't say that I can't do that to you now because we got to even the playing field, feels bonkeroony.
It's bonkers.
But it does feel like a very Nick Miller thing.
It's bonkers because you were children when it happened. It's like, you can't hold that against me, bro. I also shit myself when I was in kindergarten. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You gonna call me shit boy for my whole life?
We have grown and evolved.
You know, I'm a doctor, sir. I don't shit myself anymore.
But they get Nick Miller with this, and he says, man, if I could take the French back, I would. And then he concedes to Winston. Okay, so then Reagan pops back in, and the boys say, we made a decision. You shall have Winston.
But she's good. She's good. She's really good. She tells Winston to bring his A game and lists off some instructions for prep, okay? Knowing that it's going to psych him.
Numb your mouth?
Numb your mouth is wild.
It's wild. Because you know what the funny thing is? Even though you know she's just like listing jokes that someone's written, your brain automatically goes, what are you gonna do with a numb mouth? You can't not think about it. So psyching out the boys, it works.
It works.
Now this, I will say, this sequence between you and Nassim. The fact that you are not the star of every rom-com after this exchange between the two of you, you do some real kind eyes acting. It's very sweet, even though what is taken off from this episode and is now quoted everywhere is snail eyes.
Snail eyes. That's right. People say
But you
kind
really
eyes
do
a
some
lot.
kind eyes.
I get the
You
kind
do
eyes
have
thing a lot.
kind eyes.
I get it a lot.
You do.
But snail eyes, I also
my
get a
favorite
lot.
part-
I know it's true. Ooh. Okay.
I will say my absolute favorite moment, and this is again Trent being Trent and just letting it sit in it and letting you kind of bring your magic to it. But I was like, he's gonna book every movie after this based on this scene alone. Is when you like turn around and you're like, I'm gonna let my kind eyes leave last. I'm gonna let you leave last. It's the cutest, sweetest, and it really brought like the heart into the weirdness of Winston. Like we fully get his heart, and he's actually doing everything right. He's crushing it. Versus we usually see Winston just be like so weird, and this was like they really gave you some beautiful stuff to do.
Yeah.
In this between you and Nassim, it's great.
Yeah, and I forgot that this is the romantic inception. I completely forgot. Again, a lot of these moments of inception with all of the folks in their romance, the will days, the won't days, you can kind of identify some of those episodes. This one I forgot. I was trying to put it together earlier in the season of when does this happen, and this is when it starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, because while at work, again, he's rambling and he does the whole bit, and she tells him that, that's his best feature. Well, no, this actually is driving. This is when they're driving in the car.
Yeah, this is when they're driving. I jumped ahead because my brain, I thought about like that thing you do with your eyes where you kind of twinkle them and go back. And I was like, oh, so this is how they do the whole setup, right? Is that he's like, what's my best feature? And then they get interrupted. Right?
By a criminal.
By a criminal doing crime that they have to go pay attention to because they're cops. We seem to forget this sometimes.
Yes.
So the setup is great. And we know that it plays on his mind, which then we go back to the office. And then we get to really like see this beautiful, just like two-hander thing play out. Meanwhile, Schmidt and Cece are coincidentally, Schmidt style, passing a venue called The Lisbon, just in time for an appointment he coincidentally made a month ago. And that phenomenal actor,
Tony Cavallero.
I freaked out. I genuinely forgot that he was on our show.
I forgot too.
He's in one of my favorite shows of all time and plays
Righteous
Righteous Gemstones. Keith, so funny. He's so funny. Again, this is what I love about New Girl so much, and that's why they called us like the Law and Order of the West Coast, because every actor has been on Law and Order that like lives in New York. Every single actor, and I feel like New Girl was like that too. Every super funny person has been on our show.
Oh yeah.
And Angela, who plays Mimi, that we meet, Nair's fiance, is also so funny in this episode.
She mentions how big the place is,
beast.
and it's gonna be giants gonna walk in and eat with big spoons or something. I was like, what? Such a
the fact that she can't figure it out, and neither can Cece, by the way. I'm like, are you guys married to the same person?
Yeah.
Today is so busy, for real. It is freaking packed. It's one of those days where you're like, will I have time to eat? That's a genuine conversation you had with me today.
Yeah.
On days like this, Factor can help you eat well and keep your energy up. They're fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. They're ready in 2 minutes. No planning, no cooking. And you know what I wish I had right now? I can't believe I didn't bring it. I love the roasted garlic butter salmon. Factor meals have quality ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats. It's all the good stuff.
You know, they got 100 rotating weekly meals with options that can support your goals, whether you're focusing on protein or getting your fiber up, or whether you're trying to look like me, for example.
There's no prep, no stress. You can stick to your goals and not have to worry about grocery shopping, the bane of my existence, cooking or cleaning.
That's right.
You are going to love it.
So head to factormeals.com/mess50 off and use code mess50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. All right. All right, I don't even need to be married.
Okay, the offer's only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
Yeah, anyway. So now we're back at the loft, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Reagan tells Nick
Oh, man.
that she's impressed that they made a decision so quickly, then pulls out some expert level mind games to mess with him a little bit. First, she tells him that that years ago, Cindy de la Garza situation is not a fair argument for Winston. 20 years ago, Winston had a 3-year-old Dib that he never acted on, and now you're the bad guy. She's really,
Dibs.
you know what I mean? Then she seductively rehearses a pharmaceutical presentation talking about, was it hepatitis? You can't talk about hepatitis like that.
That's a Nick Miller. That's a Nick Miller.
And Nick's like, I know what you're doing. It is not going to work. And he can't stand up because he,
The fact that he's finally scoots away and then just grabs the chair, which, by the way, it would be on your butt at this point.
Yeah. He could have just
run away. Trent O'Donnell. Magic.
Now, okay, so meanwhile, we're inside now, the Lisbon.
Schmidt gets sucked in by the lure of the Lisbon wedding venue. Cece's trying to take him off the ledge because they can't afford it.
They cannot.
But then here comes Benjamin with Mimi that we're talking about, played by Angela Chimber, who is like so funny. Their chemistry is crazy off the charts. Like, they're perfect. I wish they had been on the show in many other ways.
Oh, yeah.
They were so great. And then Cece's protectiveness just fires up, right? Because she's sort of like, nobody gets to talk to him like that but me. That's my man. And so I'm going to figure it out. And then she goes, this is also Cece and the Winston, I think, Venn diagram. She goes like, it's too big. She goes like too hard, too fast, making promises, literally writing checks her body can't cash. Don't do the eyes. You're right. I'm saying everything. It's all the wrong. It's no.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying she's saying loving words to try to protect Schmidt. And it's backfiring.
Yes.
And even he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Please stop doing whatever you're doing. So it's spiraling out of control. And I remember shooting that day because we had, for some reason, in this season so far, spent most of our time shooting at the loft or on the lot. And I remember it was a location day. And we were shooting it downtown. And I was like, oh yeah, it's nice to be out in LA shooting. It had been a minute since we'd done that. So I remember exactly where the Lisbon is.
Is that a real name or is that a fake name? That's a fake name, right?
It was a fake name.
I wonder what the actual place was.
I just know it was near a little hidden secret speakeasy that I'd gone to once and I'd forgotten about. And then we were shooting and I was like, oh my God, that secret door. I know
I'm
what
about to go
that door
get
is.
drunk. Hi. Okay.
Okay, now we're finally into the love story. We're back at the station.
That's right. Back at the station. Now, Winston and Allie, he asks her, what she was going to say before they got distracted by, the crime that was in occurrence. She's annoyed, but she caves. Okay, you have kind eyes. He's like, I'll take that. But, I always thought I had snail eyes. She wants him to drop it. But like you said earlier, he can't. And then he does a little bit, Allie, being the great partner she is, tells Winston, go win the sex bet. You got to do it. And he's like, I'm going to win this sex bet. And
No.
It was in that moment where I realized he's making a mistake. Yeah. See, I knew it.
I love that though, because that's what you want to feel as someone watching. You want to get it, while they're still figuring it out. It's like when Harry met Sally. Like, you want that moment as a viewer to be like, can't you see?
Yeah.
And it's so sweet. They give the viewers that moment and something that you just thought, because there's so many platonic male-female friendships in this show. So you just buy that's what Winston and Allie have. And that's what I'm saying. It's really beautiful how they let this kind of play out with you guys, that in 2 scenes, you're sold.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden you want them so badly. Winston doesn't need to do this. It's wrong anyway, because, Megan Fox is supposed to be with Nick Miller, and we all know this thing. And they find this beautiful way of making all of it work. It's a beautifully written episode. Good job, love.
That's right.
So now we got 2 competitions going on in the episode. The Lisbon, Cece and Schmidt are racing to do the booking, and in this The battle of like what's the most grand and romantic, and telling their stories of how they met.
That was
madness.
really, really funny.
Ridiculous.
Oh gosh, they're trying to outbid it. That's really funny.
So the couples have a romance war trying to prove their superiority. And then Cece just starts to spiral. And then she basically gets herself trapped in a conversation about how her and Schmidt are cousins.
Which is,
and it's really the most forbidden love.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you lost the thread right there, because we're cousins, and
it's so good because it's so bad.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Nothing is more romantic than forbidden love. Anyway, now Winston is confronting Nick, right? Who's been shaving and sex prepping all damn day. Now the argument devolves, like most arguments devolve into like a fighting match or something
That
physical.
is the funniest thing too. Also, too much cologne is actually quite disgusting.
It is, and I got a feeling that it wasn't even a good cologne.
No, here's my question
Is
for
that
you.
Walgreens cologne?
When you were a teenager, did you ever wear Davidoff Cool Water?
Yeah, bruh. Cool water cologne all day.
Cool. I want to smell it again.
I know.
Just to see if every boy wore Davidoff Cool Water.
You know
and it did. In my memory, it was quite delicious.
You know what I'm doing? I'm going to go to Amazon right now.
Are you going to order it? Come on now.
I'm ordering. I'm about to walk around wearing the coolest of the waters. Cool water cologne.
Do they still make it? Does it exist still?
No, it's all this other stuff popping up. No, they got the cool water.
Davidoff.
Yeah. They got the cool water.
Because that's how boys would apply it, by the way. Like, it's a joke in this episode, but they would literally bathe themselves in it. And the hallways of high school were just soaked in cool water. And the girls all went crazy.
Proceed to check out. Place your order.
Wait, how much is the bottle of Davidoff Cool Water now?
It depends. I just bought one that was $111.
No, you did not.
I just thought it was that price because it's like ancient.
Which probably is actually. It's a cologne, so I don't know how much I don't buy colognes. But then
they have like smaller ones. Damn, I should have got the smaller one.
Well, I don't know, man. What if it works? You go out there and all these women all of a sudden are like, I don't know. I feel like a teenage girl around you. I feel so like in love and puppy love is happening now.
And he's so 90-year-old women talking about what's happening. What's happening?
It's going to be me.
Taking their teeth out, like, trying to nibble on your
neck.
Come get some of that.
Delicious. I feel like a kid again.
That cool water. All right.
Wow.
So they get into a fight. They get into a
I'm going to see you soon.
Fight.
You better.
Oh, I'm putting it everywhere. I'm going to wash my clothes in it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Now, Nick proclaims that they got to turn the tables on Reagan. They got to make her decide, So he says that they'll have to trick her, and he knows how. Now, we go back to the Lisbon. Cece is attempting to outbid Benjamin and his fiance, but Schmidt convinces her to stop.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. They ain't got the money. And he's finally like, she's like, but honey, this is your dream. I know how much this means to you. This is a big deal. So let's get it. And he's just like, I already have my dream. Is marrying you.
So sweet. It's not true, but it's so sweet that he would like a nice venue.
He would. But I thought it was one of those, I forgot how it went, but I thought it was going to be a situation where the guy is like, oh, that's true love right there. You know what? That's what the Lisbon's all about.
In it.
By doing one of those. You know what I mean? That's what I thought.
That's a business, honey. They're going to take the money.
Mm-hmm. You got to do it. You got to take the money. That's what I would do.
Sure.
I got to get paid. I don't care if y'all love each other. Y'all can get divorced anyway.
So Winnie and Nick think that now they've got the mind game on Reagan, and they're going to flip it. So they have an envelope labeled, like the title of the episode, The Decision. And they say, well, you're a woman. You get to make your choice. Who do you find more attractive? If it matches the name in the envelope, then sexual relations can commence.
Nick's points. In my fantasies, I'm a wild lover. In reality, my sexual prowess has been described as, it's fine. He gets the job done. He gets the job done. Winston pitches, I've got kind eyes. And then Nick hating ass, no, you don't. You got snail eyes. Everybody knows that. What a hater move. What a hater
I
ass
love
move.
that it's common knowledge. I've never heard snail eyes in my life.
Such a hater move, dog. When friends hate like that, bro, like you got to really question your friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say nothing about his how he saw himself, and then all of a sudden he gonna just clown me. You can have it. You can have it. Winston tells them that Allie said, okay, he's got kind eyes, and it's got to be true. And Reagan asks, who's Allie? And then Winston just goes in, when I'm with her, I never really notice time. It's probably because she's the best part of my day. And Nick and Reagan, they got news for him. That means you like Allie. And he never thought about that before, which I think is BS. I think he's definitely thought about it. But now he's got the dry mouth. And everybody knows when you get the dry mouth, that means you got to drink some water.
He's panicking, he's freaking out. And this is where they took their time, and I love that Liz is so good at this, organically embedding Megan Fox into the friend group, right? Because it's been a few episodes now. But now we know that she has legs to stand on in the friendship. And she's like, look, this is Cindy De La Garza all over again. Make a decision. Or you're going to miss out on this wonderful woman.
That's right.
And then Winston, of course, does the most Winston thing, which is apologizes.
That's right.
To Reagan.
That's right. And he lets her know that I'm sorry that I will not be making love with you tonight. I honestly thought, I wish I had those outtakes. Those are the moments that I revel in when I get an opportunity, because I just go. I could have sworn that there was way more to that bit.
For sure there was. For sure.
I had a bunch of sex positions that I said, you thought you were going to do the blah, blah, blah to me. And no, I know you had it all planned out in your head, what you were going to wear, how you were going to smell. I had this whole thing going, and they didn't use it. I was like, damn it.
They managed to put a lot of weird moments into this episode, I will say. But this one, we need a director's cut on this one.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
By the way, we need a director's cut, basically like a super cut of all of the people leaving the loft at different times saying ridiculous things.
Yeah, whenever you leave the loft, you got to say something crazy.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Everybody, especially if Justin Long's there.
Oh, God.
Good Lord.
He won't leave.
He can't leave the doorknob. He can't work the doorknob. He can't step over the rug. He can't get the words out. It's the funniest thing. He leaves, but he's got to come back immediately.
He's the absolute
so
best.
Now Nick Miller is set up for success, and he's like, that just leaves me. And then Reagan, this is why, again, smartness of women. She just went okay, your room or mine. Because she knows that leaves him with a decision.
And he can't make it. Now, can he?
He needs 15 minutes.
He needs 15
minutes. He needs to take his 15.
He's got to take his 15. And it's so funny him negotiating it. You know what I mean? And leaving.
I know. It's a hell of a question. Hell of a question.
And now we go back to the station. Winston walks in. He's trying to come up with he's trying to, Allie tells him that he has this insane look in his eyes. So congratulations. I guess she thinks that maybe he did it. He did not, but he does ask her if she would like to grab a drink after work. And she says, sure. Now she gives a look of almost like she's interested in him, kind of like she was shy. And she's just like, I'm just going to say yes, because, that's the most forward he's been with me. And so I'm just going to say yes. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then she goes, can my boyfriend come?
I thought this was a bit for a second.
I forgot until she said what he does. This is
he's
and
an
I was
animal.
Like, oh, I remember that episode. I remember who the boyfriend is.
Right.
She's like, apparently it's a new thing. Winston's like, what am I going to say? No. She screams, officer down to meet your boyfriend, which is terrible to scream at a police station.
Terrible.
Now back at the loft, which first of all, this pissed me off too, because he gave up. He was going to do it. He was going to have his moment, which wasn't going to happen, obviously, but he was going to have that with Reagan. He said, you know what? No, they convinced him that he liked somebody else. And he was like, I actually do. and then she has a boyfriend, and so he's just always gonna lose. Always gonna lose.
That is true, actually.
He can't win. But anyway, back at the loft, it's late. Reagan calls out to Nick. It's almost 9. How we doing this? Now, my question is, she's literally waiting around. She says, your room or mine. In that moment, if you would have said yours, would she have said, okay, cool?
She would do another thing. Again, she's outsmarting him at every turn.
She can't be outsmarting him
She would
because
have
she's
done
literally
another
waiting
thing.
around. She's just waiting around. Like, what is she waiting for?
Well, she lives there.
Yeah.
And then her Chinese food arrived, and so she was just sitting there eating a nice meal, hanging out, kicking it. And then he comes out in his homeless pencil outfit.
Homeless pencil. Well, that was his daddy's, outfit.
I know,
so,
but it was so sweet that he came out. I want that tracksuit.
Shout out to his pops. Dead dad pass.
Dead dad pass.
Dead dad pass.
Also, this moment where he says, like, I do want this to happen, but not like this. I watched Love Island religiously.
Do you really?
Love Island. I love Love Island. And it reminds me of like the boys or the girls who like actually like somebody and then they don't want to have their first kiss be in a challenge. They want a first kiss to be for real.
Is that really
And I was
a
like,
thing on the
Nick
show?
Miller. Well, some people, they
These
just
people-
don't want their first like kiss to be in a challenge.
These people have values?
Not a lot of them. They're all happy. They're like, oh, challenges don't count. I can make out with everybody. But some people don't want their first kiss to be in a challenge. And so they want it to be special. And that's what this vibe is too. So he put on his I'm not having sex tonight outfit. And he, like Winston, invites the girl out for a drink to go on a date.
That's right.
And she's like, okay, let me go get changed in her I'm not having sex tonight outfit. Which then the fact that she gets called out on it at the bar is so funny because
butt
she
clap.
looks sexier
I'm like, yeah.
than when she did in jeans and a t-shirt. I'm like, what is happening?
God, because every time I wear the same outfit that she wore. I wear that out from time to time. And how could she not know? You know what I mean? The attention that I get when I wear it out is wild.
I mean, I think it was yours, right? You lent it to production. So
Yeah. Flap in the front, flap in the back.
Yeah. You and Megan Fox were the same size. So it makes sense.
Now at the bar, Nick reveals what the piece of paper in the envelope said. It's a kind of weird, hard to understand signature. It could be Nick or it could be Winston.
That's right. They thought they were so smart.
Yeah, she was clever. Now Cece and Schmidt arrive, announcing their decision to get married in a soon-to-be abandoned warehouse.
Woo woo.
Winston arrives, saying that Allie's coming for a drink. Yay. With her boyfriend. Boo.
Boo.
But he's got one request to his friends to make him feel better. And then we cut to them doing a slow a cappella rendition of Motown Philly.
I cannot.
I was like, what?
This is the new girl weirdness that I live for all the time.
So confused.
Because it started so slow and it just got slower.
I was like, what?
Did you notice that?
Yeah,
like
because he
we're
said so. He
singing,
said,
like,
now slow it down.
Motown.
Slow it down.
Philly. I'm like, what is this doing for you, sir?
Again. Well, you don't.
What
you
is
don't wanna
this
know.
doing for you?
You don't wanna
I mean,
know.
I truly don't.
You don't want to know.
Another weird episode. I feel like so much. Yes, it's so funny. It's written so funny with Love Raquet behind the pen. But Trent really let the weirdness live. And it is such a funny episode, especially if you're someone as deeply indecisive as I am. I felt so seen. And I was like, yeah, the witch room thing would probably have thrown me too. I'm like,
Yep.
oh no. Can I go look at them first? That's what I would have been like. I'm the kind of person, if I go to a hotel and I have booked a room, I want to see other rooms.
Oh, me too.
Like I make myself
I am not.
make it complicated.
I'm that way. It's not that complicated. A hotel room, you got to stay there and you're spending money. You want to see the room.
I want to see the rooms.
I don't
I
have
want to
to-
see it, and I'd be like, "What is the other one? Like, do you have one on the corner? Do you have one on the higher floor? Can I go look at that?" It's
I
such
don't
a
do
nightmare.
all
I'm
that.
so sorry.
I don't do all that. But I'm like, can I sleep in the room for a night? Can I party in it? Then let me get back to you if I want to stay in this and that. That's kind of how I
Then
am.
I'll let you know after a week if I would like to pay for the services.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you kindly.
Great episode. I
Great.
can't wait to smell you smelling like cool water. We are about to dive into our roomy message of the week from Colin.
Colin. Also, folks, before we get into it, remember to send your questions to the messaroundpod@gmail.com. Now, this week, we have an email from Colin who sent us some really great questions. Sorry, Colin, we can't get to all of them today, but, we wanted to say thank you for your thoughtful message. So let's take a dive in, shall we?
I'm 29 years old and my friends and wife have been telling me to watch this show for years. I finally started it and tore through it quicker than any other show I've ever watched in my life. Aside from it being genuinely hysterical in many different ways, I think one of the main reasons this show hit me different was how relatable it is. I've had roommates. We all went through different relationships, career changes, hilarious late nights, and sad life moments where we were just thankful to have each other. This show is that in a nutshell. I always say that, like it really captures a season that almost all of us can relate to.
Yeah.
And encapsulates the highs and lows of life, navigating it with friends. I was about to go into much greater details of why I love it, but I'll spare you guys. I'll end with, I loved each one of y'all's characters for different reasons and saw bits and pieces of all my friends in each one of them. I could have watched 20 seasons. So here's one of his questions. At what point in the show, maybe a particular season or an actual physical occurrence of sorts, did you all get the idea that this show was different? Like the point y'all realized it was going to be a success, and this type of experience is what many actors pray hope for their entire career. Curious if you can pinpoint that moment.
For me, this being my first show, I thought it was going to be a success immediately. I once we were like,
So like that's what happens.
Well, that's what I thought, and I've been proven wrong after, because it doesn't always happen that way. But on this show, I thought correctly. It was Zoe. Zoe was attached.
Yeah. Once we knew at that time too, Zoe Deschanel was going to do TV. That was not common.
Yeah.
You weren't having big film stars come and do TV shows.
Absolutely
Like now
not.
it's normal.
Yeah.
But then it was crazy.
Nuts. You know what I mean?
To have that hugely famous and beloved of a person all of a sudden do TV for the first time. So it had that special sauce all over it.
Yeah. And it was definitely evident right out of the gate, like in the beginning. You know
That's
what
like
I mean?
Jake Kasdan come and direct the pilot.
Yeah. That's
Which was also wild.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays you never know. You know what I mean? You hear stories all the time that this big star has a show coming and then it doesn't last, or, it doesn't take very well. It's kind of tricky, especially these days with so much programming and so many different options to choose from. It really is tough to kind of lock something down for an extended period of time. But in the beginning of this one, you just kind of felt it, I would say. So for me, it was
also,
before we
you could
even
see it in
filmed.
the energy. Yeah, the energy around it was crazy. But like you, this was my first thing. So I had nothing to compare it to. I will say I remember, I don't know if it was season 3 or something, going to a photo shoot. It was for like SAG or something. And it was all like, comedy actors and drama actors that were all loving on our TV. And I was lucky enough to be involved in the shoot. And Gillian Jacobs was there, the wildly talented, incredibly kind, beautiful human that's Gillian Jacobs. Yep. And she was on Community.
In fact, I interviewed her when I was hosting Kimmel.
Did you?
She was on my guests.
Oh, she's the greatest. Yeah. And she was there doing the shoot too. And she said to me, because she was like, how's it going? And I was like, I don't know. We're finding out if we're coming back. And she looked at me and she's like, you're coming back. And I was like, what? She's like, well, you're coming back. You guys come back every single season, like for sure. And I was like, really? She's like, Hannah. And it was a really big lesson. She's like, Hannah, enjoy that feeling of knowing your show is going to be picked up and come back. Because I guess Community was up on the chopping block.
Yeah.
And really was like a game time decision every year. And she's like, that kind of uncertainty is so unsettling and we just never know. And she's like, and it was really interesting what she shared with me but I didn't have a point of comparison.
Right.
And so I was like, I don't know, they could just cancel us right now and we are not going to upfronts and we're not doing this thing in May. And she was like, no, you are. And trust me, you don't have the anxiety that most of us carry wondering if our show's going to be renewed. And that So I guess it's also like people like that, people that are just like incredible legends that had worked so hard and so long in the industry, like opening my eyes to like how successful our show was and was going to stay around for a very long time. And other people telling me was also helpful for me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because we were so in it and we were first timers, so you just don't know.
Yeah, you can't tell. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
Max always had a good perspective on it.
That's true.
He always had a good perspective because he had been doing TV for a while. You know what I mean? And so he knew the ins and outs of the business. And, you know, he had a lot of ties inside the house. You know what I mean? And so he was kind of I'd get my info from him. I'd kind of go, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? You know, and he was always very confident. He would always go. Because I remember one time I was thinking about buying my first like high-end purchase, which was a car. It was like this BMW that I wanted. And I was like, I think it was after season 2 or 3. And I was like, damn, I really want this car. It was after 2, I want to say. And I was like, I want this car so bad, so bad. And he was like, dude, buy the car. Buy the car.
That's what Jake did for me too with a car. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah?
Jake is the one. I was driving around my old beat up Mazda forever. Loved that car, by the way. And then I was like so scared to like get a slightly like bigger, nicer car.
Yeah.
And Jake was the one was like, remember he showed up in a convertible?
Oh, yeah.
He showed up in this black Lexus convertible and drove around the lot. And he was like, and he took me for a ride. And he was like, Hannah, like, you can get a nicer car. And he connected me to like his car broker and helped me get the car that I ended up driving around till like the end.
Yeah.
I kept that car. And that was all Jake also being like, I think we're going to be okay. And it was really sweet because it was almost like you needed permission to believe.
Yeah.
Just because we were so new.
remember
Also because we're indecisive.
Yeah. But
we needed someone else to be like, get the car.
But I remember Zoe being the exact opposite. Zoe was like, no, you don't need to buy that. Don't spend your money on that.
Mom was like, no.
I was like, oh, God.
You guys, this was a great episode.
Yeah.
So funny, so close to heart for both Lamorne and I because we're both indecisive. Next week, I remember shooting this episode. So funny, so crazy. It's episode 509, Heat Wave. That's going to be a great... Do you remember shooting that one? Because we were all in the parkas and we're so hot. The whole thing is so silly. Such a great, silly episode. I love those. Make sure you follow us on IG, TikTok at The Mess Around Pod. You can also follow Lamorne and I, Lamorne, The Real Hannah Simone, and subscribe The Mess Around Pod on YouTube.
That's right.
So it keeps our show going. And of course, we're on Patreon. You know where to find us. And we will see you next week.
Boom.
The Mess Around is a HeadGum podcast created and hosted by Hannah Simone and Lamorne Morris. The show is produced by Wendy Heisler and engineered by Sam Rogich, with production support from Kyle Chevron and Ali Khan. Our executive producer is Anya Kanovskaya. Katie Moose is our VP of Content at HeadGum. Our theme music is by Ronald Jukebox Jackson. For more podcasts by HeadGum, visit headgum.com or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
That was a HeadGum podcast.